These dark days call for crimson nights, so when the sun sets, the crimson moon rises.
Good evening, Crimson Knights, and welcome. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's having a good week. And if you didn't have a good week, happy Friday. We made it to the weekend. A time to reset, rest, hopefully, have a good time. I'm excited to be with you guys tonight. We are going to be returning to Dune Awakening to do some of the DLC content that's come out. Came out a while ago. I think it came back in beginning of February, so it's been a couple months basically. But I haven't checked it out yet, so I really want to check it out. Raiders of the Broken Lands DLC came out. Chapter 3 free update. So we're going to check it out. And, you know, we'll probably have multiple streams of Dune Awakening. We'll be doing Dune Awakening for a little bit to just play through the DLC content before switching gears again. So welcome, welcome, Crimson Knights. I'm pulling up my Spartan Race app because I want to see. All right, so we're now at 36 days. Crazy, man. 36 days. Let's update that. 36 days to the Spartan Race. I gotta train! I gotta get to the gym again this weekend, Crimson Knights. And I really gotta lock in. I really haven't been drinking like much alcohol. I've cut out a lot of the junk, but I haven't completely cut out junk. So I need to tighten up my diet and really lock in on the exercise. It's easier for me to keep consistent with exercise when the weather gets better. I'm not great with the gym, especially if I'm just trying to run. I hate running on treadmills. I really don't like it. So being able to like just get home from work, run outside like around my neighborhood or whatever helps me stay consistent. Like if I can't drive to the gym and do that whole thing, if I can at least get a run in, however long or short, around the neighborhood, that helps me to be more consistent. So I'm definitely excited for when the weather gets better. I guess today's technically the first day of spring, right? So yay, happy spring. It's still super cold. All right, Crimson Knights, it is Friday. I am tired, as I often am on Fridays. I'm excited, but I'm tired, and the way that we solve that problem is that we've got some G Fuel. So let me pick out a flavor of G Fuel to power our stream tonight. Let me look on my top shelf, so to speak. All right, Crimson Knights, why don't we go with some Quirk G Fuel? It's a blueberry lemon matcha flavor. That one's kind of speaking to me tonight. So let's get it. It's got that matcha green, bluish green color from the blueberry. Which is kind of unique for G Fuel. Most G Fuel powder is basically just white. Cheers, Crimson Knights. All right. Thank you everybody for being here. Let's jump into some Dune Awakening and get it going, huh? $40% off right now. Dune Awakening's on sale. It's been out for a while now. I've put a ton of time into this game, though. You can see I've played for 160 hours since I got it. This game really hooked me hard for a while. I still do really enjoy it. But kind of stop playing, play other games, wait until the, you know, bonus content came out. Gotta fix our audio here.
I dream of it amongst
All right, so here's the unfortunate thing, Crimson Knights. The unfortunate thing is that I had thought that I was going to be playing this game much sooner than I ended up playing it. And so, unfortunately, we lost power. My vehicles were destroyed. Pretty much all of the containers that I had up here were destroyed, and they had all my materials and everything in them. So, fortunately, these big ones I still have, but, like, I lost, like, all the spice that I had. I think I lost all my spice. I lost all my money that I didn't have in the bank. Like, I lost all my equipment, my spare equipment. I lost a lot. I lost a lot. Very unfortunate. It's basically because, like, the most you can ever power your base is for, like, 20 days at a time. And so I lost power and just forgot. I should have... What I should have done is I should have put my base away. You can do that now. You can store your base. I should have just done that. But I didn't, and so I lost everything, and we're paying for it. You know what I mean? So, it's unfortunate. It's definitely going to make things a little bit more complicated for us, but not impossible. We didn't lose everything. So here's what we're going to do. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna kill a few little peoples. Take their bodies. You know what I mean? We're just gonna do that. Put it here. Alright, and then we're gonna travel over to the other side. Kill a couple more people. You know, We don't need to get greedy or anything.
Shields up. Come. I need reinforcements.
I just need to remember how to play a little bit. Been a minute, you know? It's been a minute. Where'd this guy go? Where'd you go? I don't know where you went. But actually, where did they go? Where are you? Crimson Knights. Where the heck is this person? Oh my gosh. That was weird. Do I have... oh, okay, no. I'm only carrying one body. Alright, let's go get this last body. We'll go back to base. We'll start producing some water. Exsanguinating some water. Might as well take that fuel cell too. I'll leave the other fuel cell. I'm not getting off and back on for a single fuel cell. All right, so we got to turn this on. How much power do I need? How much power do I need? 350. All right, I need 350 power. Let's go get 350 power. What's this gonna give me? This is only gonna give me 1 hour, an hour and a half. Give me more. Oh wait, no, I'm getting 2 days. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. I was like, an hour and a half. No, we got plenty of time. All right, so we're good. That's 350. So now we're going to turn this on. We're going to deposit a corpse. That'll take 50 minutes. All right, let's drink up. Get all the water we need. Good. Good, good. Alright, I guess over here I have a bunch of chests. So let's see what I was storing in these. Like I didn't lose everything at least. But I lost a lot. Alright, we'll just do that for now. Oh my gosh, I was like, why isn't that thing closing? Are these doors trolling me right now? Alright, 50 minutes. What's that gonna get it? I mean, let's do this. I'm literally gonna set the timer on my watch. So let's see, 47 minutes. Set timer for 45 minutes. All right, so we've got a 45-minute timer going. Okay, so next, what do we have? We have the welding torch. It probably would be nice if we got some wire to repair. Let's do that. Let's go over here. Let's get some wire for repairs. Excuse me. Welding wire, we need salvage metal. Okay. Okay, we need some metal. We got none because we lost all of it. We lost all of our daggone metal. Whoops. Is there any metal right around here for us to salvage is the question. There's some. A little bit, a little bit. Boom, how's it going? Kamaruta, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. How's it going, Kamaruta? So I'm doing pretty well. A little bit tired from just, you know, the week, but doing well. We are returning to Dune. It's the new update. I mean, the update actually came out like 2 months ago, but I have not played it, so we're finally gonna play it. Finally checking out the new content that came out a couple months ago. I lost a good bit of stuff, unfortunately, to my shield. My base shield went down, and a bunch of my containers got destroyed, as did my vehicles, as you can see here, unfortunately. So that stinks, because I've put a ton of time into this game and, you know, had really, yeah, just put a ton of time in to get all those materials. So the fact that I now lost so much is like a huge setback, but it is what it is. So let's just repair this ship as much as we can. We're eventually gonna have to just make a new ship, unfortunately. A new ornithopter. This poor thing, dude. Look how destroyed it is. This poor daggone thing! I got raided by a sandstorm. My shield went down. While, you know, because even when you're not playing, your shield is still sucking up energy, even when you're offline. And so my shield went down when I was offline. I just forgot, you know, I forgot. I didn't feed my shield, and unfortunately, the shield went down, and a sandstorm came through and just decimated my base, decimated my vehicles, pretty much destroyed all of the containers that I had in this area. So I shouldn't even put containers into this hangar. I should put all the containers more like in. All right, so we need more wire to like keep repairing this. I'm not even going to use the assault ornithopter right now. We need to keep repairing it. I'm just going to use this scout for now. Let's fuel up. All right, so it's at 92%. All right, so let's see. So what are we trying to do? What we're trying to do is we're trying to do the story, right? So the Great Convention Part 1, locate Phaedra Vi. We have searched the apartment for clues on Phaedra's whereabouts. And for some reason we cannot figure this out. So I think I just need to look it up. I just need to look it up. Plain and simple. Kamruta said, weak, are you sick or exhausted from working? I've been playing some more World of Warcraft. I'll go back to Arc Raider soon because I missed way too many updates. It's been 2 months. Jeez, you haven't played for 2 months. Okay. Yeah, so you stepped away really for a while, huh? All right, so what am I looking up? Search the apartment for clues on Phaedra's whereabouts. Alright, so let's see what we need. I'm just looking this up right now. Handheld life scanner or resource scanner. Alright, so do I have that on me is the question. I don't think I do. Alright. Let's go see if we can find a scanner. I know that I used to have one, I think. Alright, handheld resource scanner. Boom, that's what I need, I guess. Right? Okay, so... Good. Alright, here we go, Crimson Knights, let's go! I think it's in Arakeen, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's in Arakeen. So let's go to Arakeen. Comrade just said, yes, I saw they added new arcs and new weather and new mechanics, so I'll definitely check them out. I don't know when the WoW craze will end, though. Maybe soon, I don't know. Now, did you used to play WoW, or is this the first time you've really gotten into it? I never played WoW, but I'm about to go into a heavy Final Fantasy XIV stint once we get through this DLC. That's my plan. And I love Final Fantasy. I love it. Man, that thing is tempting, but the problem with these is it's like... One, I'm guessing it's already been looted. But two, if I didn't see it fall, then like, I don't know when a sandworm might be about to eat it. So I don't want to go down there and like try to get it only to be eaten by a sandworm unexpectedly. So I'm not even going for that. I'm just gonna leave it. I will say in Arc Raiders so far, Charlie, he likes the hurricane weather event, but I haven't really liked it. And Bird City's just kind of funny. I don't know. And the new arc are like, all right. So I don't know. But I'm still having a lot of fun with Arc Raiders. Still having a lot of fun with it. But I've more been grinding, like, for the, the expedition, you know, and trying to do the trophy case and, like, some of those types of things. That's more been what I've been doing. Wait. That's not where I want to go. Arakeen. Is Arakeen down here? I don't think it is. I'm thinking this is the other place. But we'll see. Yeah, this is Harko Village. Okay. One of the big changes that they did is on this overworld map, they added some new like areas and things you can do. But they got rid of needing fuel and like there's a testing station we could go to. They got rid of fuel and water requirements. So you don't have to worry about fuel and water on the overworld map anymore. Yeah, so I am planning to just go heavy into Final Fantasy XIV and stream it. I really want to focus on like the main story stuff. Get through all the DLC content because I bought like all the DLCs and I never ended up playing it. So I really want to like go heavy into Final Fantasy XIV. We'll be streaming it and I'll kill the channel and lose all the Crimson Knights because no one likes it. And I don't even care. I don't even care. But yeah, now that we finished Ghosts of Yotei, really my plan has been like, let's do the DLC of this game, and then I'm pretty much gonna shelf this game And then we're just, at that point, we're going heavy into Final Fantasy 14. I'll still play, you know, Arc Raiders. I'll still play some Fortnite. We'll still do sub nights. But the game that we're going to be focusing for a while is going to be Final Fantasy 14. And I don't know how long it'll take us to get through the game. You know, maybe it won't take as long as I'm thinking it will, but it might. I'm happy that this game got rid of the tax system, because that also was going to make it like kind of difficult for us to keep our stuff in this game without having to like play too much. Wait a second, what? Oh my gosh. Is this not where it is? Okay. No, it is, right? Okay, so we need to get over there. I guess it's not here, it's in this other area over here. Must be, it's up top. Let's go talk to this person first. This little side quest we can do.
I'm afraid we have more business than we know what to do with at the moment. But how may I be of service?
Ariadne Athar is ready to throw a fit over her still missing dress.
Apologies to the heiress. My lateness is a wound to my professional heart. But I shan't paw you with excuses.
Don't.
That said, there is a war. The supplies and deliveries are often complicated or rendered utterly impossible, particularly with the more exotic materials.
I'll get you the materials. You just worry about making a superior dress. Issued by the tailor, acquire materials. With no legal ways to acquire the materials necessary, there remain only the less legal ones. I could not be seen dealing with such lowlifes. My reputation is my most important asset. You, on the other hand, are not bound by such constraints. There's a vendor down by the ornithopter pads. He's known to carry materials that are hard to come by these days. Get the materials from the black market. All right, so we'll have to go back down there. All right, for now, though, let's go do the main story that we came here to do. We're going to go up top. Kamaruta says, I love Final Fantasy. And I love that about you, Kamaruta. Fellow Final Fantasy friend. Said, but I heard FF14 is short from a friend. He loves being hyperbolic, though, so I think he was joking. Still, I'll be open to try it out someday. Yeah, I don't think it's short. I mean, I think each DLC might be like a good number of hours, so. Are you sure you want to travel this room? By the decree of sub-prefectors, you are allowed to use your scanner there. Yes. Let's go. Let us enter. No, I don't think it's short. I think there's a lot of content in Final Fantasy XIV, and there's a grind to that game. There's so many different jobs that you can do. You can level them all. Both crafting and battling jobs and like classes. All sorts of gear that you can get. So many side quests, the main story, all the DLC. I mean, it's a lot. Final Fantasy XIV is a lot. Citrian is super into Final Fantasy XIV. He and his brother play a lot, so he's the one who kind of convinced me to give it a second try and has really made me want to go back and play it. So I ended up buying like all the DLC, but then I never actually played it. So now it's like I've kind of sunk this money into it and I want to like actually play it and enjoy the game. Take advantage of these DLC packs that I bought. Drag marks. Something heavy seems to have been moved here recently. Alright, note to valet. Alright, what do we find here, though? Where'd the note go? I don't know. We got a note to the valet. Empty frame. There's no painting in this frame. It looks like it was removed recently.
They think it's a tribute. A grand revival. I'm hosting it after all. Who better? The same fools who couldn't spell Genusian if I bled it onto parchment.
Who can't spell
Dressing up the
Genusian?
corpse of old Carthage in borrowed silks like that makes it breathe again. But that night, it wasn't a party. It was the last time the world bent around me. I ruled it for a single night, and nothing that came after ever mattered. Now they wear the masks. They mouth the toasts. They pretend they remember. It's not nostalgia. It's taxidermy. Still, if the ghosts are coming, I'll be waiting at the door.
A trophy delivered to Phaedravai as a show of gratitude for remarkable philanthropic efforts toward the rebuilding of Arakeen. Bottle of spirits, a near empty bottle, something scribbled on the label. A carafe for the Grand Dame. Knock on my door if you prefer to enjoy it in company. Signed, your favorite neighbor. Wait, wasn't there another thing? What's this? Footprints. Some footprints are leading towards a bookshelf. Can I get through here? Alright, well, anyway, it's like you can leave. We can leave. Now we have to remember where Tors is. Kind of dumb that the loading time to go in and out of this room is so long. I'm gonna use this chance to take off this sweatshirt. Getting hot in here. I knew if I did that it would actually load. I knew it. Alright, so let's see. Is Tors here? Yes, Tors is back there. Alright, so let's go talk to Tors. Well, a little close, a little close. I don't need to get that close.
Did you see Phaedra?
I went to her place. She wasn't there.
I assume you found a trail to where she's hiding.
Found her drink stash. Looks like she favors spiced martinis.
Yes, the missing piece of the puzzle. I'll be sure to include it in her obituary.
I found a transaction receipt from Tidji O'Gary.
Could be something, could be nothing. It could be a waste of time. Either way, see her.
She left instructions for her valet. He was tasked with transporting something valuable into the deep desert.
Interesting. Then I hope your Thopter's gassed and waiting, because you're headed into the deep desert.
Oh, I am I? Right, I'll get going. Okay, guess we're going to the deep desert now. Go to the location in the deep desert. Find the entrance to the location mentioned in the note. I don't know what the note even said. How do you read it? I don't even know what the note said. All right, let's do this side quest. Talk to this guy.
Hello again.
I need help with something.
If O'Gary can't make it happen, like as not, it's not meant to happen. Let's see what we can figure out.
I have a list of high-end tailoring materials that I need immediately.
That's so. And what's in it for old Finn if I happen to have these?
The first vendor to supply me wins the favor of House Athar.
It's a deal then. I have what you need. You just make sure House Athar knows how helpful I've been.
Athar? House Athar? All right, I got the materials from the black market. Now I got to deliver those materials back to the tailor. Let's just do this while I remember what the heck's going on. Kamaruta said, Crimson Desert just came out. You gonna check it out? You know, I kept going back and forth on whether I should get it, but I decided I'm just gonna hold off and wait. I feel like the critical reviews I was seeing were kind of mixed. It looks like it's gonna be just a massive game that's gonna take a ton of time. And so I know if I bought it for $70, I'm gonna wanna play it, you know? So I think I decided I'd rather wait, see how it's received, see if they patch up some of the problems and the stuff, and maybe get it on sale at some point in the future and check it out. But for right now, I'd really rather just hold off on it and like go all in on Final Fantasy XIV. So that's kind of my plan. I'm gonna be genuinely interested to see where everyone lands on, you know, their reactions to Crimson Desert. The critics were like mostly positive. The initial reviews on Steam after release were mixed, but now it seems like maybe they're trending more positive now, so I don't know. How about you? Are you gonna check it out? You gonna get Crimson Desert?
Welcome back.
I have the materials you require to make the dress. The package contains expensive fabrics and other materials needed to make a high-quality formal dress.
That is welcome news. What did you find? Thank you. I shall have the dress made and delivered as soon as possible, if not sooner.
Excellent. Report back to the Majordomo. I think she's upstairs. She's over here? Oh, she is upstairs. She is upstairs. Okay. But, you know, sales for Crimson Desert may be rare. Like, we'll see. What is this? Oh, okay.
How may I be of service?
Complete the contract. I sorted it all out. The dress will arrive on time.
Congratulations.
I don't think he would look too good in a dress, though, I'm gonna be
revise my
honest.
assessment of you.
Complete contract, the centerpiece.
How may I be of service?
As I recall, you mentioned something about Caledonian brandy.
Expertly remembered, sir. The centerpiece of the banquet is a case of Caledonian brandy, imported at great cost to be gifted to Duke Leto himself. My master is confident this gesture will reap great rewards. More's the pity, as this precious gift has been held up in customs longer than is normal. We would be indebted to Sir if you would find out the fate of the brandy and bring the crate to us forthwith.
A crate of Caledonian brandy was supposed to be delivered days ago and still missing. Customs has been unreasonably slow recently. Perhaps there's a holdup somewhere. Investigate and track down the missing crate. I'll look into the matter.
Very good.
Yes, good, good, good. Alright, investigate the customs area. Yeah, it's down below. I thought I already did this. I guess not. I don't know. Comrade just said, maybe, but I'm not in a position to buy another $70 game. Just spent $80 for Resident Evil Requiem. Didn't regret it, of course, because it's one of the best games a day. Plus, Resident Evil is one of my favorite franchises ever, so of course I'll spend the $80 just to play it. Yeah, that's a thing. It's like, you know, there's so many games you could get and want to spend money on, but sometimes you gotta budget. Can't just get every game. All right, where am I looking for, though? Ledger of shipments, water filters, passed. Diverse spare parts, passed. Caledonian brandy, passed. Medical supplies, held. Film book, passed. Now we're gonna investigate the storage area and see what the heck's going on here. A report. Fazook decided not to show up to work today, again. I know he's your kin, but if we wish to remain a place where the noble houses store their valuables, we must have standards. Particularly disturbing are rumors I've heard that he's left his post as a guard for extended periods of time and was seen spending a surprising amount of money at a local Samuta den. I urge you, in the strongest possible terms, to talk to Fazook and get to the bottom of this. Start with that good-for-nothing Finn. If anyone knows where Fazook got his money from, it's him. Probably because he paid him. Wait, so what am I doing? Call the Majordomo. Oh, call the Majordomo. Okay. So, let's see. How do I do that? I'm trying to remember how to do that. I guess I can't? I don't know. How am I supposed to call him? It's not gonna let me issue the contract, so what the heck? Or I mean, contact the issuer here. I'm confused. All right, let's just look this up so that I don't waste time running around. Go to the contract board. Okay, so you can contact the issuer from here, but not the menu. Weird. All right. It disappeared? This is very grave news, sir. Very grave. There's not enough time to organize and ship a replacement, but I know the lowlife's greedy enough to attempt such a blatant robbery. That crate is still in Arakeen. Find it. Start by talking to the proprietor of this warehouse. Feel free to explain the consequences of crossing Atar. We have ways of getting even. Alright, issued by Ugo Ferenz. Job offer. Temporary security at the Solution Pool. Good pay. Many benefits. People skills required. Experience a bonus. No free drinks. Bouncer duty. Alright, we'll accept that. We're not going to do it right now. We're going to go back down here, talk to the black market vendor. Kamo said, I might get it, but only on sale, because buying two $70 to $80 games, yeah, that's too much in one go. And I wait for sales all the time, because Steam gives out sales pretty fast.
Ah, come back to hold up the line again, have we?
Okay, he was useless. Looks like we gotta go upstairs. Over here for some reason. Wait, downstairs. Wait, upstairs. Wait, downstairs. What is going on right now? We gotta talk to him?
Hello again. If O'Gary can't make it happen, like as not, it's not meant to happen. Let's see what we can figure out.
Finn, where's Caledonian Brandy?
What? What a specific and pointed question. What would make a body ask something like that?
We can play coy, or you can realize angering an entire minor house is bad business.
Beg pardon?
House Athar ordered that brandy. You're ruining their banquet.
What? Oh, no. I'm afraid there's been a terrible misunderstanding. I want no part in angering a noble house. I didn't know.
Explain yourself.
A mysterious patron paid me a tidy sum to steal a case of expensive brandy from customs and replace it with fake Caledonian brandy. My instincts told me something was off, so I kept both cases, real and fake, hoping it would all blow over. I didn't know. I'm in over my head.
I can free you from all this, Finn. Let me take the fake stuff off your hands.
Here, take it. This crate has been like a curse I can't get rid of.
Alright, now give me the real stuff and I'll square this all away with House Athar.
Deal. I don't want any trouble with a noble house.
Dude, this guy folds so easily. Alright, so check the crate for tampering. How? How do I check the crate for tampering? While the labels on the crate claim that the contents are several bottles of Caledonian brandy, but the discerning eye notices a few discrepancies between production date, import label, and the shipping ID number. Indeed. Okay, instructions from Phaedra to her valet to transport some boxes to Sector B5 in the deep desert. Wait, guys, did my timer just go off? No, we still got 7.5 minutes. We still got 7.5 minutes, Crimson Knights. Don't worry. Okay, but what am I supposed to do now? Check the crate for tampering. 186 meters. Oh, okay. Not here, apparently. Let's go around the corner over here. Level up. Literally just walking around, we got to level 168. Sir. Wait, what? Carefully check the crate. Okay. Deliver the crate of fake brandy to the Major Domo. Are we trying to trick this guy, or what are we doing here?
How may I be of service?
I have 2 crates of Caledonian brandy, one real and one fake.
Begging sir's pardon, but I do not follow.
Someone paid a ne'er-do-well to steal... Look, I don't think that's how you spelled that, but... Steal the crate and swap it with a fake.
Yes, disturbing news. I'm inclined to suspect a rival of my master's. All the more reason to make this banquet perfect.
I'll give you both crates and let you sort it out. Fake. And the true. A crate with intact seals and matching records containing several bottles of the finest Caledonian brandy. It must have cost a small fortune to get this to Arrakis.
This may very well save the banquet. I implore, sir, to forgive
Hooray!
my harsher assessment of you at the start. I misjudged you.
You sure did, brah. All right, we're getting paid. We're getting paid. The centerpiece completed. Help needed at House Athar. Completed. We'll talk to this guy again and just see what he says.
I believe we have concluded our business together, and more than adequately so. Perhaps sir needs some assistance.
Nah. We're good. All right, let's put... I think we got money. So let's just go put that in the bank here. Since we're here, let's put the money in the bank. And then we need to go out to the deep desert, Crimson Knights.
You again? What now?
What? Where do I put my money? Wait a second. This isn't the bank. That's where I used to pay my taxes. That was the taxpayer, but since they got rid of the tax-paying system, she doesn't do anything. All right, so where's the bank? Which one's the bank? Directly across. All right. Diagonally across, I guess we could say. We'll deposit our money over here. We'll be moving on.
Welcome.
Dude, look
Would
at
you
that
like
mustache.
To deposit or withdraw Solaris? How much Solaris would you like to deposit?
We'll deposit all of our Solaris. Dude, we have like no money left because the stinking taxes took all my money. When I wasn't even playing the game, dude. All right, so we need to go to the deep desert. I guess we'll go do that. I think we need to go to Sector B5. All right. I don't think we're actually into the newest DLC yet. We're actually finishing content from the last DLC, I think. So that's really what we're working on. All right, so this is Sector A6. So, like, where is Sector B5? Out there. 4,000 meters. Oh, there we go. 2,400 meters. That's a lot. I think I'm good on fuel. I think I'm good on fuel. So let's go. We'll just go right to the main story for now. Hopefully, there's nothing in this so that I can just recall my vehicle. Store my vehicle. Oh, shoot. All right, the 45 minutes is up. Yeah, it's fine. I probably should have gone back and, like, done another body. Exsanguinated another body. Oh, wait. Must be this. This has got to be it, huh? All right, so let's look. Okay, I was like, do I not have a vehicle backup tool here? Excellent, excellent. Deep Desert, Sector B5. Not completely clear on where we're trying to go here. I thought it was over here, but maybe not. This is looking promising. Find the entrance to the location mentioned in the note. Search the valet's body. How do we know? Oh. I was about to say, how do we know there's a body? Well, there it is. Cryptic note. Go deeper into the cave. All right, let's look at this note real quick. The valet seems to have noted down instructions from Phaedra to remember a code. Picture me in my glorious days before the downfall of a once great city. Is anybody home? Search the cave for clues. Oh shoot. I don't remember how to heal. Okay, 5. forgot, man. This is deep desert. They're so strong. Everyone's stronger out here, man. Hey, Cam, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. You a Dune Awakening fan? Yeah, we'll take a body. Why not? Can always exsanguinate some more. Alright, let's see what this says.
Poor Austin. He thought I wanted justice.
This is Phaedra.
He thought I cared. What I wanted was my grandmother's necklace. The Star of Wisumva. 6 generations of Vais wore it. Smuggled from a Kaz in a corset lined with blood. Gone when Carthag went up in flame. Austin saw the tears. He thought they meant something, so he gave me his truth like it was a gift. I didn't betray him, not in the end. I kept his secret, and lost the necklace anyway. Even if I'd held it again, it wouldn't bring back the ballroom, or the music, or the dancers. You can't ransom ghosts. And gods be damned. The dead never write thank you notes.
The dead never write thank you notes. A torn page from a manifest. Alright, let's look at that. What does that say? A sheet with lists of names, each stating a shared stock volume and total value. Some names have been struck through and the total value adjusts on the remaining names. The sheet seems to be the second part of a longer document. Is this a private server? No. No, we're just on the whatever server we originally came in on. Valuables. Several valuable items stamped with a Harkonnen crest. One crate contains a large marble head of Janus. Rolled up painting. A rolled up painting depicting 17 masked nobles at a banquet. 10-194 Chanusian ball is scribbled on the backside. Alright, so I assume that's the painting that was stolen from before. Alright, now it says return to tours in Arakeen. Since we're out here, we might as well collect some more energy. More energy cells. Can't place this here? Okay. That's annoying. That's annoying. Yeah, I don't really usually have to worry about, like, private servers and stuff like that. We're not a big enough streamer to ever have to worry about that. How can I place this here but not in that other spot? That doesn't even make sense. Alright, maybe we'll just do this. Alright. Let's go look for some energy cells on our way out of here. Load up. There's some. What am I doing? Yeah, we need a good bit of energy cells to power our base. Just be able to refuel real easily. And there's just so many. There's such an abundance of energy cells out in the deep desert here. When we come out here, it's worth loading up. Basically just hover around, just find them all over the place, you know? Here's one, there's one up the hill here. Do-do-do! Did a little loop there, I guess. Here's a couple. Perfect, perfect. Sometimes it feels a little bit tough to, like, just visually differentiate the salvage from the cells, but, I mean, it's not that hard, but there's just, like, so much junk everywhere. What is the stuff that I actually want? Look at our storage space here. We're getting close. I mean, we might as well. Yeah, we might as well just kind of load up since we're here. Though it feels like it's a little bit easier to do excursions out into the deep desert these days. But the most annoying part, honestly, is traveling from the base within the Haga Basin over to the edge. Just because my base is effectively a couple minutes from the edge to get to the overworld map. Oopsies. I can drive. I know how to drive. Don't worry, Crimson Knights. Don't worry. Alright, this may be our last little set to harvest. This is the content you're here for, Crimson Knights. Just me harvesting fuel cells. I know that's why you're here. It's what makes the game so satisfying, though. Like, I love just, like, going around, harvesting supplies, crafting stuff. Like, something just very cathartic about the whole experience. Alright, I do feel like that's good. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Let's go back to base, drop this stuff off, then maybe go over to Eric. Yeah, should we go back to base? Maybe we'll go back to Arakeen first. Maybe we'll go back to Arakeen and see what Tor says about all this. Yeah, we'll go back to Arakeen. Arakeen's over this way. Alright, I just saw an update that Iowa won. Yeah, Iowa beat Clemson. Alright, so I had picked that. Nice. Welcome to Arakeen. Again, welcome back. Welcome back to Arakeen. All right, let's go talk to Tors.
Report on the deep desert.
Found the valet, what's left of him, and a vault stocked with high-value cargo. She wasn't traveling light.
Murder's noise. Cargo is signal. What kind of high value?
I found a part of a manifest.
Let me see it. Huh. Yes, I recognize some of these names. Tell me what you see.
I believe the vault holds the last riches of Carthag's nobility, taken before the city died.
Interesting. What makes you say that?
I looked at some of the items. It seems they belong to nobility from that time.
I see.
She rambled about a necklace. My guess, she used the stolen goods to bargain for it.
You met with her? Somehow I missed that in your cheerful updates. A necklace, is it? It sounds like her. Sentiment wrapped around leverage.
Not a conversation, just her voice on a reel. She talks to the lens like a confessional.
Of course. A Shigawa confession. Last refuge of the melodramatic. Easier to confess.
There's a lot
to
of that
machine
going
than
around.
Face a reckoning, I suppose. Anything else?
Hey, Decrota, how's it going? Says, how populated is your server? Honestly, I don't know. This is my first time checking back into this game in basically this year. So it's been a while. It's been 3, 4, 5 months. Checking in, I did notice that some of the previous bases that used to be around me are gone. I noticed some new ones popped up though, so I don't know what the load on this server is. Like I said, this is my first time back in a pretty long time. All right, so let's see. Found a cryptic note on her valet. Looks like some kind of code, maybe to unlock something.
Coincidentally, I have a seat at a banquet with Phaedra Vine, and several others listed on that manifest. I'll gather what I can there. You go back to Phaedra's apartment. That note might be our next key.
Yeah, I mean, I love this game. I put a ton of time into it for me. I mean, I put like 160 hours into it. And then I think I sort of fell off because I ended up playing a lot of Arc Raiders. So I really put a lot of time into Arc Raiders and some other games. I was playing a lot of Ghosts of Yotei. But I did want to come back and play the DLC of this game. So now that we've finished Ghosts of Yotei, now that I'm still playing Arc Raiders, but now that I've cooled a little bit on just the intensity of playing Arc Raiders, I wanted to come back and especially play like the new DLC. So this is my first time. I am not even to the new DLC though, because I think I'm still wrapping up the end of the previous DLC that I didn't actually finish. So, but we're just in the DLC content, and yeah, I love the vibes of this game. I love the grind of this game. My one mistake is that once they implemented the ability to like store your base, I should have done that, because I was like, oh, well, I don't want to store my base and go through the trouble of that, because I'm planning to come back and like play the DLC real soon. And it ended up being months. Like, again, this is my first time getting back into the game this year. So I should have stored the base. I didn't store the base. My shields went down several times over the past couple months, because I would just literally check in, every couple weeks and like refill the generator and then log back out. But I forgot to refill the generator a couple times. Shields went down and I lost a lot of stuff. I lost like so much of my materials, unfortunately. So that kind of stinks. Some of my like gear and weapons and all that kind of stuff. Oh well. I think I know how to decipher the note. I'll get right on it. All right, decipher the valet's note. Okay, how am I supposed to do that? Let's go up here. Oh my gosh, 600 hours! Sheesh! Yeah, like between the tax and having to like constantly refuel the generators to like keep your shields up, that was like, man, I don't want to have to do this, So I'm glad that they got rid of the tax system. I'm really glad that they implemented the base storage system. So now that gives you the ability, like, you can, if you're not really going to be playing, you can just store your base, you can walk away from the game, and you can come back whenever you want. Yeah, I'm really glad that they implemented that change. But man, you've played like basically 3 times as much as I've played this game. You put a ton of time into this game. I've basically been a solo player, so I didn't have like a, I didn't have a clan or anything. I didn't really have any friends playing this game, so I've just been a solo player. But I've really enjoyed it. They nailed the vibes of Dune. If you like Dune, the worlds and lore of Dune, this is a really great game to kind of soak in it. In those early hours, like in the beginning stages of playing this game, like the fear of the worm, getting eaten by the worm was just, that was such a cool experience. Like really being scared of the desert. Man, they nailed that too. Now it's not as much of a fear. Like it's always a fear if you're out in the desert trying to harvest, but in those early days, the fear of the worm was just, that made the game so immersive. It was awesome. All right, what am I doing? Decipher the valet's note. How am I going to do that? I'm supposed to come here to decipher the valet's notes. Oh, okay. Maybe this is it. Ah. Okay. This is it. All right, so the valet's notes. Picture me in my glorious days before the downfall of a once great city. $10194, huh? Oh, okay, okay, hold on. I'm a freaking genius! This is pretty cool, though. Look at this room, man. This looks awesome.
You'll be late again.
Only tea?
Oh.
Is there no more bread?
What bread remains
Well,
for dinner?
well.
How do you feel?
I told you before, Mother. I won't be home for dinner tonight, or anytime soon. We're on double shift until further notice. Oh, don't give me that look. You know I have no say in the matter. And they are cracking down on anyone who gives even the slightest trouble. Ufim's cousin disappeared. They say he was an agitator, but no one can say what he did.
Your father said this day would come. When peons would
This is a
be
cool
no better
room.
than Morna.
That's crazy, Mother. We have the peons' compact.
To hell with the compact. Do they expect you to work as a machine? Never resting.
Mother, watch what you say. You know they listen. Please. Let's just say the words and have our tea.
The words. I can't. I'm too angry.
But, Mother, we happily say the words every morning.
Fine. We live by our Baron's leave. The roof above our heads belongs to him. He permits us to dwell in his domain, and in return, we pledge our eternal loyalty, obedience, and maximal effort, with an eye towards efficiency.
Long live the Baron.
Long live the Baron!
We must blame someone. Blame Zantara. His most recent attack destroyed our last phased ion refinery in the northern precinct. Fremen bastard.
Hey! Your father had Fremen blood on his mother's side. It's a blessing he didn't live to see what happened to them.
I say good riddance. It's said they practiced cannibalism.
Don't be a fool, Devon. Those are old Imperial lies. It's well known that the Ikwan Vid will remove the blood of their dead to make water.
Mother.
Open your eyes, my son!
I wasn't going to tell you.
Open your eyes, my son!
Hero, we're test firing a long-throw Qatar auger today with an ungraded barrel.
Is that dangerous?
Only if the phase differential is off by more than 0.0003.
Devon, you can't. I forbid it. Why are they making you do this?
Because, Mother, Zantara destroyed the last facility that made and tested precision las barrels.
No. No.
I've got to go.
Be careful, Devon. is already upon us.
Is this music playing off of this recorder right now?
Condensers at full potential. Are we clear to start the firing cycle? Eisenhower control is in the green.
Why is this so long?
Still, my reservations remain. Be sure to let the Baron know next time we have dinner. For now, let's get on with our job. You had dinner with the Baron? No, Arek.
Why is this voice memo so long? This trope is ridiculous.
Precision and its maintenance. Never in my 97 years as a peon have I test fired an ungraded barrel.
I appreciate the voice acting, but like, we're just standing here.
It is insanity, Baron. No one here disagrees with you, Ufin. But we have written orders from the House Munitions Master, co-signed by Peter de Vries. They need this laser auger online yesterday. Because there is no risk. Let Peter de Vries test fire the laser. There's too many eyes on us to mess this up. All we can do is trust in our pre-fire checklist and hope the
All right, I'm gonna pick this up. Search the room for secret clues. Top part. Let's see. Of a torn manifest. A sheet with lists of names, seemingly the first page of the previous list. A name is scribbled on the top, Overseer Montorsival. Alright, let's play this one.
I've been trying to say this for weeks. Carthag, you want the truth? I was hired to fix a problem, quietly. A man, high voice, long shadow, wanted something buried. No noise, no survivors. I helped him. Mapped fault lines, tuned resonance.
This is Austin Lathe, by the way.
They paid me, gave me a new collar, a title I never earned. Carthag fell. You've seen the ash. But I laid the tracks. When the train came, I looked away. The nightmares aren't fire or screams, they're silence. That moment before, I could have said no. Now it's inside me. A lot. I drink, I work, I don't sleep. Take this, sell it, burn it. Just remember, someone knew, even if I don't tomorrow. The Dune men say first silence, then dust, then wings in the dark. I used to think it was poetry. Now, it feels like a countdown.
What happened? The laser auger went out of phase.
Alright, let's look at her. The heavy chair holds the broken form of a dead woman, head lolled forward, arms slack, her lifeless face a mute witness to an unspeakable final act. Yeah, there's a giant knife sticking out of her neck. Examine the upper body. Rich fabrics drape the woman's lifeless form, silks embroidered with fine threads, hinting at wealth beneath the ruin. Use the poison snooper. You think it was poison? You think it was poison that killed her? Has a funny little device. The snooper flashes green over the gown. No toxins detected, just expensive fabric, cold perfume, and the stillness of death. Examine the stiletto hilt. The stiletto's hilt is slender and elegantly simple, crafted from polished steel with a gently flared guard. Okay, should I poison snoop that as well? Oh no, this isn't a different snooping, this is just the same snooping. It's gonna say the same thing. Alright. Should I remove it or leave it? We'll come back, actually. Let's come back to it. Your hand slips back from the hilt. Leaving the blade is the sensible choice. It tells the story better than you ever could. Alright, examine the face. No obvious signs of physical trauma mark the dead woman's face. Examine the mouth. Her lips are painted a perfect red. No foaming, no residue. Whatever ended her life left no trace of poison on her still mouth. Examine the eyes. Her eyes are glassy and discolored, clouded in the same dull, bruised tones you remember from Austin's lifeless stare. Alright, let's use the poison snooper again. The snooper glides past her clouded eyes. It flashes green. No airborne or residue toxin detected, just the still haze of death. Alright, I guess we can conclude examination. Noble mask. Scanning the mask reveals a tiny, almost invisible, retractable needle hidden right next to the mouth. Whoops, use the poison snooper on that. It's going crazy! Uh-oh. Poison report from Phaedra's mask. Alright, and then we've got this. Banquet guest list. Now we need to talk to T.G. O'Gary to ask what she knows. Alright, so let's look at this. Poison report. A slip from the poison snooper confirming a poison trace on a small, retractable needle inside the mask. A guest list for a banquet. 13 names are on the list. Most names seem to be the same as the manifest. Phaedra Vi Montorsival, Morera Torbin, Priorin Tanit, Len Artuni, Agad Yamari, Ogden Barbalescu, Minoria Tamar, Roella Ramsby, Una Byrne, Venisir Ask, Bianca Baghetti, Eulalia Harthorn, Hesperia Ferrani, and Ansel Biro. Okay. Let us depart! Now we get to take forever to load opening the door and going outside. For those of you who are March Madness fans, it looks like there are now under 1,000 perfect brackets remaining after like 2 days of games. Crazy. Crazy. All right, let's go talk to T.G. O'Gary.
Oh, hey there, friend.
Oh, hey!
Looking for anything special?
Yes, information.
That's not normally a good I trade in. I'm more hands-on.
I know you traded goods with Phaedra.
And I've got lots of customers, each with their own sordid affairs. None of my business.
Well, Phaedra is dead.
That's unfortunate.
It's vital that I understand what she was trading.
I shouldn't say. It's not good business. It's not safe.
Do you know who creates these masks?
No.
Okay. I've heard a recording. She spoke of a necklace.
All right, all right. The lady was obsessed with her ancestral jewels, which I gather
The family
she lost
jewels,
with
am I
old
right?
Carthag. She particularly yearned for a necklace, the Star of Wisova. Turns out an enterprising scavenger had it. So Phaedra hatched some kind of scheme to get up the money to reacquire the necklace.
Do you know she was blackmailing Austin?
I knew she was scheming up something to put together the scratch she'd need to get that necklace she obsessed over.
I have this manifest. Top of the list, the Overseer. Do you know who that is?
Damn, I've got an answer, but you aren't going to like it. Phaedra was part of a little cabal who collectively had a stash of treasure they took out of old Carthag before it blew. Last to live takes the pot.
I already guessed this.
Phaedra was making desperate trades to get the funds to retrieve her ancestral necklace. Well, anything could happen in that nest of covetous snakes. As for that person listed on the manifest, the Overseer, that is Sub-Prefect Tors. He's overseeing that group.
Tors? No, why wouldn't he tell me?
Not the sort of thing you spill over afternoon tea, is it?
Tors is going to that banquet. What if he was behind this all along? Or they must be after Tors next. I need to find him? What do you guys think? You think they're after Tors? Or do you think that Tors is behind all of this? I don't think he's behind all of this. I think that they're after him.
I suppose you'll be catching up with him then and leaving in a hurry, huh?
Goodbye. The Genusian faithful journey introduced. Follow the trail of the assassin and enter the banquet. From the Ashes journey complete. Okay, that's what this room is up here. Okay. Are you sure you want to travel to this room? By decree of Sub-Prefect Tors, you're allowed to use your scanner there. Allocating server. Just kind of funny that, like, it needs to do this whole, like, server and loading thing to go into a different room here. All right, we made it in. Enter the banquet.
That's not your door to open, stranger. Push it, and you'll find I'm harder to move than most.
I know it's a private gathering, but I need to speak with someone inside.
And by order of the Emperor, I'm telling you to slow your gallop. There's nothing for you inside.
Are you denying access? I just want to be clear for my report.
Who are you, stranger? By the order of the Emperor is usually enough to run most folks off. But look at you. You got the gait of someone walking on borrowed authority.
Time is of the essence. I need a fast word with someone inside.
Fast or slow, I don't think you're gonna get much chatter out of them inside. They're all dead.
Dead? All of them?
We've got one survivor. Technically. Old bird's flapping her wings on the way down. But she'll land soon enough.
I have reason to believe Sub-Prefect Tors is among the guests. I need to confirm it.
Tors? At a party. Well, there goes the mood.
The party's over. Let me inside. I might be the only one who knows what to look for.
All right then. Since you're so worked up over it, I could use help matching faces to masks. And seats. And if you already know some of these silk-wrapped corpses, all the better.
I found a guest list with notations for the butler. Might help sort who's who.
Good. That saves us a few hours of corpse roulette.
Corpse roulette.
I already recognize by build or reputation. The rest you and your list can help with.
How do you know them?
It's my job to know who's whispering in the shadows. This crew kept to themselves. Rich, quiet, and just strange enough to raise my interest. I've had files on half of them.
I have a glorious beard in this game, don't I? Since they landed?
They didn't emerge from the usual noble channels. No banquets, no procession. They landed like cargo off a discreet ledger. No registry, no flight logs I could get my hands on. And they kept to the shadows after. When nobles start behaving like spies, I start watching like one.
What did your observation uncover?
These little gatherings weren't new. Masquerades are not. Same crowd, same vices. Wine, secrets, and shouting matches dressed up as witty banter. Masks just gave them an excuse to say the quiet parts out loud.
Shouting matches about what?
They never shouted about spice or power. It was always the desert. Who knew what? Who had the map? Who owed something? Sounded more like a treasure hunt than a banquet. All I know is they were tight-lipped going out, and even tighter coming back. Anyhow, enough jawing. Let me get a look at that guest list. I'll match it with my data and cut through some guesswork.
All right, take a look, my man.
Appreciate it. Now I'll play scribe. You go play confessor. The old bird is waiting.
The old bird?
Call her Countess if you like. I call her the last shriveled thorn on a dead branch.
Okay.
Sharp tongue, sharper memory. Don't be fooled by the frailty. She can still draw blood with a whisper. The butler saw things. Doesn't rattle easy. You do well to speak with him before the details slip through the cracks.
Yes, Sheriff!
See what the butler and the old hawk have to say. After that, come find me. I'll be the one holding this city together.
All right, so everybody's dead. Excellent, excellent. Quite a scene. All right.
Do forgive the mess. They died as they lived, loudly and with abysmal table manners.
And you are Theophilus the Butler.
Butler to the late lordlings of this doomed affair. My talents include wine pairing, corpse counting, and feigning deference.
What happened here, good sir?
It began as a toast, ended as a cautionary tale. You may pick whichever part offends you the least.
I need a little more than that.
It's simple. Wine was poured, conversation flowed. Then, so did the convulsions.
I need to ask you some questions.
You will forgive my impertinence for pointing out there is a noble here who still draws breath. And her breaths are more important than my breaths. It would behoove you to speak with her while you can. I shall remain here, utterly loyal and inconsequential.
Thank you for cooperating. I'll be going. Dead noble. A woman sits with her hands on her lap, bloodied palms facing skyward. Her head is tilted toward the ceiling as if pleading with an indifferent god. Examine her mask. Her mask sits askew, Blood smeared where her fingers clawed to tear it free, realizing too late the terrible mistake. Blood streaks her jaw and neck, dripping into her collar. Torn flesh gapes where the mask shifted, raw skin glistening in the dim light. You almost forgot to check the color of the mask. It's terracotta. Examine her clothes. Her collar and doublet are drenched in blood. She must have enjoyed taking care of herself, if you go by the exquisite elegance of her garment. Alright, where's the woman who's still alive? Over here? Use the poison, Snooper. Well, let's examine. Crate of wine. A crate of unopened bottles of wine. Alright, let's snoop it. Snoop it up! Boop-a-da-boop. Looks good, looks good. We got green. Dead noble. A man with dark hair lies against the wall, his hand on his hip, as if he had reflexively looked for the grip of an invisible weapon before dying. Let's check his pockets first. One of the pockets holds a delicately laced white monogrammed handkerchief with the initials MT. Should we take it or leave it? We'll leave it. Examine. The stitched initials don't seem pertinent to the current investigation. Examine his mask. The man's mask, like the others, clings to his face. Its lacquered surface is an ominous shade of red. Examine his clothes. His style is more somber compared to the other guests. A black cape sticks out from under his body, a thin gold chain, the only visible sign of wealth. Conclude examination. A rotund man sits hunched over, blood dripping from under his mask, over his bloated chin and onto the table below, forming thick, dark clots. Examine his clothes. His elegant coat is ill-fitting, a few sizes too short. A pink stain streaks his right sleeve, wet and diffuse, and a wet towel is sitting on his lap. Check his pockets. In one pocket, you find a silver locket, its interior lined with a stiff, dark patch of something organic. Finally, you recognize the patch as a sliver of human scalp, hair still attached, pressed flat, and worn as a keepsake of some private cruelty. Leave the item where it is. Conclude examination. Dead noble. A stout woman is slumped gracelessly against her chair. Her coif came loose when she died, leaving her hair still looking unkempt. Examine her mask. Her mask is adorned with purple shapes. Her pale eyes are a thin line, barely opened and somewhat puffy, the skin around them a dull pink. Clothes. Her dress is old-fashioned, even for the most conservative among aristocrats. The hems of the sleeves, while ornate, look frayed, stingy, or broke. Check her pockets. Within her single pocket, you find a blood-stained love letter to another noble's spouse, and a folded betting slip naming her various mola as wagers. Leave those items where they are. Conclude examination. Alright, let's examine this. Poison wine, a carafe with wine. The wine served for the toast must have been poured from these. Uh-oh. It turned red. It's poisoned. Dead noble terracotta mask. A dead woman is sprawled on the ground, her face obscured by thick, dark hair. A goblet spilled nearby. It must have been in her hand when she fell. Examine her mask. You gently lift her shoulder and part her hair. Her mask was partially knocked loose when she fell, revealing mushy skin and raw, tortured flesh. Blood spills from where it had pooled in the mass, streaking its surface as if she had cried. You can still see it's a brown terracotta color. Examine her clothes. She must have enjoyed flaunting her wealth, wearing several heavy gold necklaces with inlaid gems, a brooch, and too many bracelets. Steal a bulb or two. Sure. The sheriff's watching. He squints at you suspiciously. You put her arm down slowly. Very slowly. Oh, this lady's still alive.
Splendid. An audience. I was beginning to worry I'd die without one.
Sorry to bother you, Countess.
Countess? Did you just address me as Countess?
The sheriff told me I might speak to you if you're comfortable enough to talk.
Did he now? How sweet. That sun-scalded half-breed always did mean well, even if he has the conversational grace of a bricked-up cellar.
So you're not a countess?
Do I look like some lace-draped provincial with a grain tithe and a hobby kennel? I'm a marchioness, you ignorant little envelope.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleased to meet you, Marchioness. I've literally never heard of that before, and I don't know what it means.
Alert the criers. We have discovered a pleb who can take instruction.
Calling me a pleb? What's your name, Marchioness?
I was Eulalia Hawthorne, Marchioness, Patroness. And now I'm just the ghost of better parties and worse decisions.
Do you know who did this?
No. But whoever it was deserves a medal for culling the herd of those pretentious fools.
Was Sub-Prefect Tors here?
Tors? No, thank the stars. Another bureaucrat sniffing around. Precisely the kind of dull company I avoid.
Any family to notify?
No one worth the effort. Just a pack of maulers fighting over my ruin. They'll whisper sweet poison behind my back, like always. At least death saves me from their petty scheming.
What happened here?
What happened? Fashion suicide, mainly. Graf Vero died smiling, the fool. Spilled his wine and his wit in equal measure. I do admire a man who keeps his mask on while choking.
How did it start?
With one of those ghastly little speeches nobles make when they think they're clever. Then came the toast. Then came the horror.
What was the toast?
This I remember with perfect clarity. She said it with that awful snark of hers, like she's been waiting years to raise the glass. She said, "To ghosts and ash, to the flames we escaped when we should have burned. Every breath since has been stolen, and tonight the debt is due." Hard to forget a toast that theatrical, and not just because it was the last thing I ever drank.
What was the speech about?
I wasn't really listening. Phaedra has a habit of mistaking volume for substance. And I've spent decades letting that woman drone on about guilt and ghosts. I didn't think this time would be different.
Who was the speaker?
Our dear hostess Phaedra. And I do mean dear, given what it cost her.
Phaedra Vi? That's impossible. I just found her dead in her apartment.
Dead, did you say? But the Toastmaster strutted around with her voice and mask like she owned the place. Typical Phaedra. Can't even die without making herself the center of attention. Bitch.
And Graf Vero?
Graf Ansel Vero. A bloated tick in a borrowed title. He died as he lived. Loud, ridiculous, and surrounded by people pretending to like him.
What color was the Graf's mask?
Blue. A coward's color. Fitting, really. He always did flee when anything required a spine. Or pants.
Anyone who likes blue is now put on notice that it's a coward's color. Wait, were you and Graf a thing?
A thing? Darling, the Graf was barely a man, let alone a thing. He once tried to kiss my hand and missed. I took it as a sign.
How are you still alive?
Turns out my precious toxin modulator works. Slows the venom, preserves the drama. I'll die last, bloated with envy and resentment. Just how they'd want me.
Hold on, I'll summon aid.
Oh, do not ruin this for me. I want to die with some shred of mystery, not flanked by bumbling concern. One last kindness, dear. My Mawla. Kill them all. They'll spend my death pawing through jewelry and gossiping in the kitchen if you don't.
Kill your Mawla?
It's a tradition, you know. The servants die with the mistress. Mostly forgotten now. Like manners and decency.
Yeah, we're not gonna murder all of your...
Please, kill the little wretches. Choke the life out of them before they sell my underthings for drink.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that. That's above my station, Countess. I'll see that someone with proper authority hears your complaint.
Insolent child. See to it, or you'll find your own position precarious. I do not tolerate
You're literally dying!
insubordination.
How are you threatening me when you're literally laying on the ground dying? There's a certain dignity in knowing when to leave the stage, Countess. Time for you to find yours. Well, she's dead. Well. Alright, did I already examine this guy? A lifeless figure slouched in an awkward pose that only death could endure. An uncomfortable silence draped across his form. Examine his clothes. As you move his arm to inspect his blood-stained satin gloves, you see something glinting between his clutched fingers. You pry them open. A tiny object falls into your palm, a pendant earring clasping a vibrant azure teardrop gemstone in a delicate golden mounting. Yeah, sure, I'll take it. The earring seems to belong to someone in this room. Maybe there's someone who could tell you more about it. Examine his mask. He died with his eyes open, sky blue like the color of his mask. Adorned in complex shapes and forms. Conclude examination. One earring. Alright, let's go back over here and take this dude's handkerchief. Maybe someone can tell you more about this guest. We got the monogrammed... Examine. More poisoned wine. Yep, it's poisoned. Confirmed. Poison wine all around here. I already looked at that, actually. Alright, I think I've pretty much looked at everything.
Oh, joy. You've returned.
A few questions about the guests.
Just when the silence was beginning to heal.
Masks hide more than faces here. What's their story? Where do they come from?
Where do they come from?
Where do they
Same
come
place
from?
as
Where
the
do they
lives they're meant
go?
to hide. Born in the rotting vanity of those too cowardly to show their true selves. Masks are just another way to pretend nobility isn't a disease.
So you don't know?
No, I don't. Forgive me. My training prioritized service over tracing the costume habits of people born allergic to labor. Ah, just when the silence was beginning.
Can you tell me
to
anything
heal.
about a handkerchief monogram with the initials MT?
Well, I don't know the specific name attached to that handkerchief. I do recall there was more than one name fitting those initials on the guest list. In any case, someone waved the handkerchief in question dramatically about while arguing over whose knowledge of wine vintages was supreme.
Can you tell me anything more about the bearer of the handkerchief?
Nothing else comes to mind, save that the handkerchief in question carried a distinct perfume, sweet if cloying. Ah, just
I
when
found
the
this
silence
earring.
was
Do you know who
beginning to
wore it?
heat. If it reeks of desperation and mild opium, it likely belonged to the lady in the olive mask. She fancied herself mysterious. Mostly, she was just loud.
Tell me more about her.
She was mid-squabble with the one in red. Something about inheritance or infidelity or seating arrangements. Hard to tell with that set. She dropped it in the fray and made no effort to return it.
Questions about the gas?
Just when the...
All right. That's everything he can help me with here. Let's report back. Let's
have it.
I have some questions.
Spit it out.
You said you knew some of these victims. Why?
I make it my business to know which flavor of aristocrat is stinking up my city. Most of them never set foot outside their compounds, but I keep a ledger. Names, habits, whispered threats. Helps to know who drinks what when they start dropping dead. Spit it out.
You seem to have a beef with Sub-Prefect Torres. Why is that?
It's more his beef with me. Or my kind, more specifically. Torres is old blood. Thinks blue veins and powdered wigs entitle him to obedience. I'm town Fremen, born and scarred. He sees that as an affront, calls me that Fremen thug. I call him what he is. A dried-out bigot in brocade. We make it work. Spit it out.
Did you know Fea Gervais?
Only by reputation. Which is to say, scandal, disgrace, and the talent for ruining dinner parties from halfway across the galaxy. Heard she once tried to sue an entire planet for being vulgar. That about paints the picture.
All right.
Spit it out.
Did you know Austin Lathe?
Know him? Sure. Drunk with a martyr complex. And a reading list that screams, arrest me. He's mostly harmless. I dragged him out of gutters more times than I care to count. And left him there once or twice, too.
I spoke with the Countess.
No blood or teeth marks. Good. Consider yourself formally initiated into the losing end of noble etiquette.
You didn't have to set me up like that, bruh.
She talked to you, didn't she? That's more than most get.
No thanks to you.
See, that's where you got it twisted. That woman's got venom for blood and a title where her heart should be. She talked because you annoyed her. Snapped her right out of that death spiral by reminding her just how much she hates lizard-browed provincials like us. Call it a success. You woke up the part of her brain still capable of sneering. The question is, did you learn anything?
She disliked the guest next to her, a Graf Ansel Vero, said he was a boor who dumped a full goblet of wine.
Well, that's a wrinkle. Did the old bird say what color mask he was wearing?
She
Back
said
where
it was
I'm from, yellow
blue.
marks a coward. But nobility tends to mistake fear for wisdom and wear it like gold. So find the wine stain next to a blue mask and you found our graph. We can work backwards from there.
Unfortunately, the butler cleaned the spill, and rather thoroughly at that.
Of course he did. Might want to run that scanner of yours. Find out where the wine hit the floor. Then we'll have our starting point. Bold choice bringing a discount snooper to a high-born massacre. Still, point it at the mess. Might surprise us both.
Will do.
Sort out where the graph ended up. Then we'll talk.
All right, I'll get on it. I'll get on it. We gotta identify Ansel Vero among the dead nobles. Spilled wine. A substance was washed off near this body recently. This must be where the wine was spilled. All right, so this must be him. So this has to be him, right?
Let's have it.
I think I know which dead noble is the graph.
Let's hear it.
Dark blue mask on the right side of the room between an empty chair and the purple mask. I think that's it.
First prize to the junior investigator. That fits the evidence.
What's first prize?
A can of pressed slig. It's good on toast.
What's the second prize?
5 cans of pressed slig. The man chose his agent well. Always does, though. Got an eye for talent, that one. Well, meanwhile, I came up with 2 names of my own.
All right, well, that leaves 8 to identify.
8 masked assholes dead on the floor. Drank their guilt, now they'll sin no more.
Any sign of tours?
Haven't had the pleasure yet today.
Right.
Speak to Theophilus about Agade Yamari. That's what the note says. I suggest you find out what our buttoned-up friend knows before he forgets.
Who?
Our resident astronomia-trained butler, Theophilus. You know, I heard a funny story about that school. Makes the best of the best servants, they say. But I heard in their final year, the students are paired off in twos and taught to observe each other obsessively. One of them graduates, the other disappears. It's never explained which is which.
Brutal. I'll go talk to the butler.
Oh joy, you've returned.
There's a note on the guest. A placement change for Agade Yamari. Why is that?
She was prone to a serious allergic reaction to a species of plant in our flower arrangement. She wished to sit as far away from it as possible. A common reaction to that particular flower. The wealthy chose aesthetic over practicality or safety. It's a wonder we can keep any of them alive.
Do you recall the color of her mask?
Alas, nothing pains me more than being unable to do your job for you. But I do not recall. I merely changed her seating arrangement prior to the gathering.
You happen to have that seating plan?
I regret to say that the seating arrangement was the casualty of a wine spilling incident by someone already deep in their cups.
Bro, you are useless! I'll go investigate the flowers then. Sheesh. A vase of bright flowers in dark, sleek container. Use the poison snooper. Alright, seems green, seems good. Poison snooper flashes green, indicating no sign of poison. Examine the flowers. Blossoming flower heads in shades of crimson reds and warm bronzes. They pick up the light from the glow globes, forming an eerie, foreboding haze. I feel like I shouldn't smell them, but I'm going to. Smell them! Strong smell, sweet yet spicy. You almost prick yourself on the thorns of a stem. Strange that these weren't cut. Examine something else. The guests. The butler said Agade Yamari was allergic to the flowers and sat as far away as possible. Where could she be? Look at the guests sitting in front of the flowers. Look at the guests sitting on the other table at the far end. Look at the guests sitting at the far end of the table. Look at the guests sitting on the other table at the far end. A woman in a purple mask is sitting opposite the flowers. Look at the guests sitting in front of the flowers. A large woman in an olive-colored mask in ample robes. A flower was plucked from the vase and pinned to her bosom. Look at the guest sitting at the far end of the table. Graf Anselviro. The seat next to him is empty. Examine something else. Conclude the examination. All right. Report back to Dude. The Dude.
Let's have it.
I think I've identified Agade Yamari.
Then let's have it.
Purple mask on the right side of the table next to an empty chair.
I'd say it's more of a Zaffre violet, but that seems to align with my conclusions. Good work.
All right, what's next?
I figured out one more.
And then there were 6.
That snooper thing of yours chirped like it knows something?
It did. It found poison traces in the wine.
Well done, friend. While you were nosing around, I confirmed that the caskets themselves were not poisoned. Meaning?
The wine must have been poisoned here.
That's exactly correct. Someone doctored the vino after it was delivered. Always nice when the killer's polite enough to attend their own massacre.
So, what now?
Turns out the wine was arranged by a man named Ambrose Lucifera. Fancy name.
I am familiar with that.
Boy.
Ambrose again?
I had him dragged in. Now's the time to go poke holes in his story.
I'll get on it. Talk to Ambrose Lucifera. Alright, so where is he? Oh, is this him right here?
Please do me the courtesy of telling me why I am being detained. What's the charge? Supplying wine to a banquet? A decadent Arakeen banquet?
It would seem that you're involved in yet another set of murders, sir.
Oh, balderdash. This is becoming
Balderdash my
intolerable.
butt.
You've turned a juicy murder plot into something tedious. How could I possibly be involved with... Whom did you say was murdered?
Several nobles were poisoned at this very banquet where you delivered the wine.
Well, now, see here. I merely arranged for the wine to be delivered. Everyone knows I have a knack for finding the best. These sealed bottles were poisoned.
Well, no. To be precise, the glasses were poisoned.
Oh, well, there you have it. I took no involvement in their glassware, merely in arranging for the reception of a very fine vintage. I trust this absolves me?
Perhaps. What can you tell me about the wine?
A rare vintage from the planet of Grenbel, home of the exquisite Maros deer. A libation so fine, even the most domineering Chussock snob would weep.
Do you have any alibis to confirm your whereabouts during the banquet?
Why, yes. Any of the staff of the Seleucid Bull, as well as a few of the regulars, can attest to my presence. My debauching is quite conspicuous.
Still, it's all suspicious given your past relationship with poisoned wine.
Do forgive my sharp tone, but have you become a complete cockwomble? It was you who set out to poison me. If anything, our history marks you as the more compelling suspect. I've let bygones be bygones, so mayhaps
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember that.
Yes.
I don't remember that. Very well, that all seems reasonable. Thank you.
Oh, goody, goody. With that unpleasantness out of the way, is there anything I can do to aid you in your remedial sleuthery?
Do you know anything about Theophilus, the Fremen butler?
He's what some call a town Fremen. Impeccable service, a full purple-gloved member of the Imperial Footmen's Guild. Still, he harbors a certain intensity behind his eyes when watching the nobles. Those of my status often ignore the help in their complexities. I do not make this mistake.
Do you know anything about a stash of old Carthag valuables?
Well, I'm afraid I missed that slice of gossip, though it sounds delicious. Knowing nothing else, it leads me to one conclusion. If such a hoard exists, someone in old Carthag had prior warning to give them the time to gather such treasures and safely evacuate them. An intriguing notion.
I could use help identifying some of the dead nobles.
And now we are back to a morbidly fun game. Proceed.
Yay! Do you know anyone who uses a circular symbol pattern?
Could you be more specific on the colors of the pattern?
Blue and white.
Oh, they didn't kill poor Bartleby, did they? Let's just say that he wasn't burdened with the complications of a sharp mind. His bloodline is a bit too pure, if you catch my meaning. Demeanor of a slack-jawed groundling, but a sweet man.
No Bartleby on my list. Very well, I don't think I have any more questions.
Before you go, I did pass on a note to one of the guests. You'd have to ask Theopolis about the recipient.
A note?
Roella Ramsby. She inquired about a particular vintage of wine, feigning expertise, but that woman wouldn't know Amontillado from sherry.
Very well. Goodbye, Ambrose. Alright, now we gotta talk to the butler about Ambrose's note.
Oh joy, you've returned.
I have some questions about Roella Ramsby.
That name does not mean anything to me, but I will endeavor to answer as best I can.
I understand you passed a note to Roella Ramsby on behalf of Ambrose.
On behalf of whom?
Ambrose Lucifera, tall man, goatee, colorful clothes and demeanor, standing, like, right over there at the top of the stairs.
Ah, yes, the drunken peacock.
Okay, drunken peacock.
The man dresses like a walking dessert tray and talks like he's auditioning for a play no one asked for. What would you call him?
Person of interest. Anyway, the note?
Now that you mention it, I did. The recipient was a woman wearing a terracotta-colored mask.
Any idea what it said?
I serve drinks, not plot lines. I neither read it nor wept over it.
Is that all?
Afraid so.
I'll go investigate their bodies then. Alright, I think this one had a terracotta mask. Search for the note. You cannot find the note on her body. Look closer at her hands. You notice the index finger of her otherwise impeccably manicured right hand is, in fact, missing. Yeah? It's missing an index finger. I don't remember the other terracotta mask. Let's see, maybe this lady here? Search for the notes. No note can be found on her body or her clothes. Dying noble. Alright, so which one is it? I don't know. Am I missing something now? What does it mean that she's missing a finger, dude? Like, there's these two different women. How am I supposed to know which one it is? I don't know.
Let's have it.
I talked to Ambrose Lucifera.
Very good. Was he still crying?
No, and it doesn't seem like he had anything to do with it. He did give me something useful, though.
Don't keep me in suspense now.
He passed on a note to Roella. I've talked to the butler.
Good instinct. Keep pulling at threads. We'll get somewhere ugly soon enough.
I believe I've identified Roella.
All right. Let's hear what you've turned up.
Terracotta mask at the center of the table, right in front of the frieze.
No. That doesn't square with the facts.
I must have missed something. Let me look again. Wait, what?
Oh joy, you've returned.
I checked each of the bodies wearing terracotta-colored masks.
Congratulations.
One guest had a missing finger. Do you know who that was?
Forgive me, but I wasn't conducting a limb census between courses.
Is there really nothing you can tell me about the person you delivered the note to?
She did linger rather tenderly on the frieze near the dining table. But then touching things that don't belong to them is a long-standing pastime of the wealthy. I can say that I did not much care for that behavior. I had polished that brass for hours.
Your annoyance is understandable.
Now I shall have to spend hours more wiping away the fingerprints. After the cadavers are removed, of course.
That was actually helpful. I'll investigate that mural. Traces of a handprint, one finger is missing. Okay, there we go. That's what made it significant.
Let's have it. All right. Let's hear what you've turned up.
The terracotta mask lying on the floor near the entrance.
Yes, that fits. Another off the list.
You cross any names off the list?
Let's see here. If Roella Ramsby was there, that means the other terracotta has to be...
Don't leave me in suspense. We're down to 2, right?
2 masked assholes dead on the floor. Guess the toast hit harder than they bargained for.
Oh, tell me already, will you?
Calm yourself. We'll get there soon enough. Gotta build suspense. One of the remaining 2 guests is Lady Bianca Baghetti, a puffed-up hanger-on from a disgraced minor house.
Yes, and?
That means the last dead asshole is... Sub-Prefect Tors.
So, he really is dead.
No. I mean, Tors is here. Good afternoon, Sub-Prefect.
Oh my gosh.
There you are.
That was some comedic timing on that. Sub-Prefect.
Don't look so slack-jawed. Who else were you expecting?
Your name was on the guest list.
I was delayed. A pity. Perhaps I might have averted this... unpleasantness.
Or you might be dead as well.
A grisly thought. One I've already entertained.
You didn't tell me I was investigating your people.
They are no more my people than you are. I watch them as Fenring commands, though their antics hardly inspire admiration.
But your name was on that cargo manifest.
What manifest?
The list of spoils taken before the destruction of Carthag?
Carthag? There it is. Motive. The killer is eliminating the survivors of old Carthag one by one.
Why?
Revenge. Concealment. Or the quiet removal of a dangerous truth that could unpick alliances from here to Kaitane.
Like who ordered the destruction of Carthag?
Indeed. And if you've a name for the hand that signed that order, now would be the time to share it.
No, but I know who carried it out. Our dead engineer, Austin Lathe.
There it is. Motive, opportunity, and means. Our assassin isn't merely killing. They're closing the book on Carthag.
And you're next. The killer is coming for you.
Yes. And how do you suggest I handle this? What have you learned of their methods?
Well, the killer's a ghost. In and out without a trace. No one sees a thing.
Then having failed here, where is our ghost's next haunt?
Your office in the Imperial Wing. To finish the job.
Then I must go. To catch a killer.
I'm coming. You'll need help.
Don't be a fool. One sight of you and our ghost, as you call it, will vanish. Better you leave them to me.
This is rash, Tors. A Chops player would plan every move. Patience.
Yes, well, I never much cared for Keops.
Keops. But! No, wait! This has been, like, a surprising amount of, like, talking and investigating. I mean, I like the mystery of it, and I do like the voice acting. But, I wasn't expecting to spend this much of tonight's stream, like, kind of talking to people and just solving a mystery. I thought there'd be a little bit more, like, fighting and stuff. Follow Tors. All right, where is he?
There's nothing here. The killer saw us coming. Now the trail is cold, and we're going to have to report our failure to Count Fenring. You've been an adequate assistant. I'll put it all in my report. You can leave now and report back to whoever it is you report to.
Well, this seems extremely suspicious.
Stop! In spite of everything, Master still wants you alive. To fulfill your mission. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. I still recognize you. Even with this face. Even with this flesh. You move like you always did. Smile like you always did. Don't follow me. I have a mission of my own.
He's a face dancer.
I'll put you down. We can always grow you again, after all.
Okay, so that was crazy. Now it says, return to Alara Tuic to catch the assassin. But where is she? Oh, she's probably back in Harko Village, isn't she? I think she's back in Harko Village. We saw that dead guy on the ground. We're like, we're gonna get going. We're gonna get going. It's like, I don't think you will. Crash! Oh, wait. Ruins of old Carthag. Check this bounty board just for funsies. Frack. Urgent request. Flesh Shaper Frack. A crucial set of spare parts critical for the operation of my clinic has been maliciously delayed. I pay top money for its retrieval. Find me in my clinic. Market manipulation. Sending a message from an anonymous merchant. Before the war, Harko was a smaller village where people understood the rules. Now we've had an influx of new people selling their wares at lower prices. I don't care what their excuses are. There are rules and everyone follows them. Help me send a message to these price dumpers. I have some things stashed in an alley that will help you with this.
You're back from Arakeen. Rumor is that it was a bloodbath. Report.
I want to speak to the Count.
No. Without other orders, you report to me. Tell me what happened in Arakeen.
The murderer was a Bene Tleilax's face dancer.
A face dancer? I've heard of them, kitten, but never expected to have to deal with one. What did it want?
At first, I thought it was killing off survivors from old Carthag, but I wonder if it was just after revenge.
Revenge? For what?
I don't know. Fenrig said the Bene Tleilax destroyed old Carthag to cover their tracks. Perhaps finishing the job?
Perhaps, kitten. The destruction of old Carthag was a catalyst for many changes on Arrakis. Who knows what sparked it? But come now. I've heard nothing of a captured face dancer in Arakeen. So I assume the creature is dead.
No, it killed Sub-Prefect Tors and escaped. I couldn't follow it.
I see. So one of the Count's best men is dead, and the killer has escaped. I like you, kitten, but this is a failure. The Count will not be pleased.
Alright, so what now?
I will pull my network and try to find out where this creature went. I will confer with our employer and contact you when I have more information.
Alright, goodbye.
Finally. I've been trying to find a moment to contact you, but Mother is relentless.
This is Arist.
Luckily, she's distracted by a social event, so I can get out of the palace for a few hours. Can you meet me at the Seleucid Bowl in Arakeen? Same table as last time.
Alright. Has us like going back and forth between Harko Village and Arakeen. Kind of annoying. Before we leave, I want to search something here. Let's see. Dune Awakening. Alright, so it looks like... Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like the Bloodline is main story quest 6 out of 7 for the Lost Harvest DLC, which is chapter 2. So we haven't quite made it out of chapter 2 yet to chapter 3. Blushing Cavern looks cool. Yeah, like they added all these little extra sites around the map here. I think it's time to go back to base. Time to go back to base. Not really seeing anything out in the desert right now. Looking pretty clear. Just gonna keep on continuing to base. See, this whole area used to like all be different people's bases, but now that one's the only one that I see, and I think that one's actually newer. I don't think that was there before. All the old bases seem to be gone. There were bases all here, and they seem to all be gone. In fact, even over here, there was a huge base here, right there, and it looks like it's gone. Looks like it's destroyed. See how there's still remnants there? I think they didn't even, like, get rid of it. It's just straight up, they abandoned the game. It's gone. Too bad to see. All my neighbors are gone. Decrota says, yeah, a ton of servers have died off. Yeah, I think this server has fallen off as well. Seems to be the impression I'm getting. Oh, we got the Phaedra's mask. Interesting. Man, I lost so many things though, dude. Ugh. I lost so many items. I had all these containers that were here, and when I lost power, they all got destroyed. I shouldn't have had containers up there. It was for convenience, but really backfired. Let's get all the fuel cells. get the fuel cells out of my scout. Oh, that's full. Never mind. All right, let's get the fuel cells out of my scout. There we go. There we go. Yeah, this game was like huge and then kind of lost momentum at some point, unfortunately. All right, I'm actually going to stop here, Crimson Knights. Normally, I like to stream a little bit longer, but I'm tired, man. I'm tired just from a long week at work and everything, so I need to get some rest. But we're going to keep on playing Dune Awakening. We're going to finish Chapter 2. We're going to finish Chapter 3, Raiders of the Broken Lands. We didn't actually get to Chapter 3 tonight, but we're going to wrap up Chapter 2. Chapter 2 is a lot longer than I actually had remembered or anticipated, so I forgot that we didn't actually finish it. But we're going to play through all the DLC, you know, so that'll take, you know, however many streams, but we'll be probably playing Dune Awakening for the next week or two. And then we are going to shift over, once we get through the DLC, we'll shift into Final Fantasy XIV, game that's been on my backlog for a long time. Really want to power through the main story of that game. But Dakota, Cam, Kamaruta, thank you for joining the stream tonight. Appreciate you all. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for liking the video and being subscribed, joined, followed on the channel on YouTube and on Twitch. Have a good weekend, and I'll be back on Sunday night. Crimson Knights, appreciate you guys. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you then.